nap time. It can be one of the most frustrating things when it comes helping your child learn to sleep. I know that because I struggled with my little one with many naps before I figured out exactly how to get him sleeping well. If you are struggling with getting your little one to take great naps, this video is for you. Hello, I'm Haley Hennahan with Littlesleepersanddreamers.com, and I am your pediatric sleep consultant. Are you struggling with nap times? Would you like your little one sleeping better during the day? I've got 3 tips that I'm going to share with you. Tip number 1 is wake windows. You want to know your child's appropriate wake windows. That means keeping your child on a schedule where they don't get overtired or undertired. An example would be an 8-month child needs about 2.5 to 3 hours of awake time between each nap. So their schedule might be where they are awake for 2 hours, take a first nap, awake for 2.5 hours, take a second nap, and then awake for 3 hours before going to bed. This would be an appropriate schedule for a little 8-month-old. So make sure you know exactly how long your little one should be awake between naps. Now, if you don't know your child's wake windows based on their age, go ahead to the description box below. I have a free schedule for you where you can plug in your child's age and get the appropriate wake windows. So you really want to be following a schedule with wake windows because you don't want your child being overtired. Overtired babies become hyperactive and are harder to get to sleep. So you need to know the signs of an overtired child. If they are rubbing their face, crying uncontrollably, yawning continually, or becoming more clingy, they are tired. They are overtired. They should have already been down for a nap. You also want to make sure that you are keeping them awake long enough so that they are not undertired, because undertired babies don't have enough sleep pressure to fall asleep or stay asleep. So you might be putting an undertired child down for the nap. They might fall asleep and you might think, great, they needed this nap. But then 20-30 minutes later, they might be awake again because they didn't need that much sleep. So make sure you know your child's wake windows and you are keeping them on a schedule where they are not becoming overtired or undertired. Tip number 2 is doing a nap routine. Think of yourself. You can't just go from running around doing things to instantly in bed falling asleep. You need that time to kind of decompress, wind down. So by doing an abridged version of bedtime routine with your child before nap will really help them get their bodies ready for sleep. So an example could be to go into their room and give them a diaper change. Now, while you're changing their diaper, you also want to put them in their pajamas. This is a great thing to do because sometimes clothing can just be a little uncomfortable. So switching them to pajamas will help them get comfortable and relaxed and ready for sleep. After you have changed their diaper and put them in their pajamas, go ahead and read a couple stories together. Having bonding time with them is really nice and it'll help them just wind down and get ready to sleep. So read a couple stories, sing 1 or 2 songs, not too many, and then put them in their crib to sleep. You really want to make sure you are doing this routine each and every nap time to get them prepared for sleep. Being consistent with this will help them know what to expect, to know that nap is coming, and to prepare their bodies. They might even start to know the signs of nap routine and just start getting tired on their own because they are used to this routine. Now, I also want to mention that your goal when you put them down for nap isn't to have them fall asleep instantly. If your child falls asleep immediately or within a few minutes of going in their crib, they were actually overtired. So you want to make sure that when you put them down, they do have a little bit of time to unwind and get themselves to sleep. To know you're on the right track, it should typically take about 10 to 15 minutes for them to get themselves asleep. So be aware and prepared that they are not to be falling asleep immediately. And tip number 3 is to be aware of any sleep crutches. What is a sleep crutch? A sleep crutch or a sleep prop is anything your child depends on to help them fall asleep. So it could be anything from rocking them to sleep, nursing, pacifier, patting them. Anything that they cannot do independently to get to sleep is a sleep crutch. Now let's think about what might happen. If they are depending on this to fall asleep, in between sleep cycles where they're in a lighter sleep, they might realize it's gone, it's missing, and they're going to want it back. Think of if you went to sleep and you had a blanket on at night to keep you nice and comfortable, and you woke up in the night and it's gone, and you're wondering where it might be. You would probably fully wake up and start looking for it because you want it back. That's the same with babies and how they get to sleep. So if they are depending on something to fall asleep, they're going to wake up sooner than a normal nap between their cycles because they want it back. So be very cautious about how you are putting them to sleep. They should be fully awake when you place them in their crib. Helping them learn to be an independent sleeper starts with a great room environment. So you want to make sure that they are in a very dark room where when you go in, you can't even see your hand in front of your face. You want to make sure that they have a sound machine with white noise. You don't want to have lullabies on because when the tracks switch and go from one song to the next, the ebb and flow of the volume could be waking them up. So you want to make sure you have a constant sound like white noise. Another thing is you want to make sure the temperature is between 68 and 72 degrees. Having a cooler environment helps children and adults fall asleep quicker. So go ahead and lower that temperature in their room so that they are able to fall asleep a little easier. And again, as I said, make sure when you are putting them in their crib that they are fully awake. If you would like support in getting your little one to take great naps, go ahead and send me an email at littlesleepersanddreamers@gmail.com, and I would love to connect with you and help you get set up for great naps day after day. If you aren't sure you want to jump right in and you just want to get on the phone with me and have a conversation about what nap training might entail, go ahead to my website, littlesleepersanddreamers.com, and you can schedule a free 15-minute phone call. In the comments below, let me know how nap time is going with your little one. If you found this video helpful, go ahead, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and the alert bell as more videos will be coming your way. I'll see you in the next one. Sweet dreams.